All right, this is Dan Meyer with RCR Wireless News at the Telecom Council's Innovation Showcase, and today I'm speaking with.
Nitin Motgi, co-founder, CTO of Cask.
Great. Well, maybe give a little overview of the company.
Sure. Cask is basically a company focused on enabling big data developers to build big data applications. We have been in this space for about 4 years now, and as you see, when you work with Hadoop, there are 50 plus different projects that are part of it. Different distributions allow you to package these solutions into a very nice thing, but still, as a developer, you have to learn 50 different technologies to build any solution. So what that does to you is it makes it extremely difficult to build, number one, and to manage over a period of time. So we have been building this framework, and it's an integrated development framework that makes it easy for people to come and build solutions on top of it. So we have invested around 50 developers' time for about 4 years now, and have gotten to a state where we have many different other telcos who basically use us for building their data lake solutions. They are using it to build different applications on top of Hadoop with very few developers. The benefits of our platform is essentially maximizes the ROI of your investment on Hadoop, basically getting you faster insights, better applications built on top of it. And also it allows you to maximize your developer productivity. Because most of the times what we found while I was working in Yahoo, I used to work in Yahoo here back in 2007, 2008, it was an extremely painful thing to do anything on Hadoop. When it was that bad then, it's gotten worse now, right? So with this platform, it makes it extremely easy for people to come and build solutions on top of it and maintain that at a very long. With simple and easy to use APIs, the operations and the developers can easily find the right balance to work together without having to brush each other up because something is going into production, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe for those who don't know much about Hadoop anyway, I mean, I know for myself it's still a relatively new topic for me. Yeah. Coming from the telecom side, I know operators are getting more and more involved in it. Can you give, a quick, 1 minute overview or even less of what Hadoop is, and why telecom operators should care about it?
Yeah. So we work with telecom operators, right? And what we have seen is they generate massive amounts of data. And traditionally, because of the vast amount of data that gets collected and different organizational structure, the data has been siloed, right? So a lot of data lives in the silos, but there are huge amounts of data. Now, if you want to basically either generate new revenue streams or better understand how your overall business flow, you would want to get all of the data into one place, right? That's basically the data lake revolution that's happening, right? So it's like many people are trying to get all this data into one place. And as part of that, the technology that Hadoop brings in, or the solution that Hadoop brings in, is essentially ability to store massive amounts of data on massive clusters on commodity hardware. Not necessarily people have to use commodity hardware, but it's what it's built for, as well as you can process on it. So there is a traditional difference between databases and Hadoop, where the data actually resides on the nodes where it resides, when the compute gets pushed down, unlike traditional databases where the data has to be pulled out, processed, and pushed back in, right? So this difference has allowed people to basically get faster insights, store vast amount of data, not have not have to go through the pain of making a decision of for how long I'll keep this data and what should be cut out of it, and those are a very painful process. And overall it has become cost effective. But what has happened is, instead of moving it from an operational capex, it has now everything moved into an operational cost, because it's getting more expensive to get the talent to come build solutions on top of it, right? And if you're in the valley, it's extremely hard to maintain those engineers. Sure. So from telco's perspective, they should be looking at many different aspects of it, not just, yes, we have Hadoop, which a lot of telcos have been doing a lot of great work using Hadoop. Now, the thing is how they can enable the line of businesses to come and get their data into the cluster and extract value out of it.
Get some efficiency out of those deployments now at this point. Exactly. Really make it work for them.
Developers, get the developers engaged with it. Use the existing assets to go and build something on top of it. You don't need to go get new people. And that's where we come in and we help, right? So that's where we basically make it easy for developers to come and build solutions on top of it.
Can you give an example, I guess, of how you guys are actually working with maybe a telecom operator on the market, either through a trial or through a commercial deployment? Are you guys actually out there helping these operators get that efficiency out of their Hadoop deployments?
Yeah, sure, I can talk about it. At a very high level, so we have one of the biggest telecom operators basically we are working with. And there are many aspects aspects that we work with, but one of the things that they wanted to achieve was this notion of data lake, right?
Yep.
So they have a huge number of feeds. They have their existing technologies that are out there from where they have to acquire this data. They have to all land it on Hadoop. Now, but in order to go and build this solution, it requires a lot of expertise on Hadoop, right? And because they are time constrained and resource constrained, they had great developers there, but they could previously not use them at all. Now, with our platform being there, with the 4 or 5 developers essentially as part of it, they are able to build an end-to-end pipeline and deploy it into production, right? So they are able to make easy transition from just looking at how to get the data to how to process it, how to store it, and how to manage it. And apart from that, they want to be able to also provide capabilities where they can look at all of the different metadata that exists because of the data that is in the cluster. So all this whole end-to-end solution was built with a set of only few developers, not even a Hadoop experts, right? So that essentially what it has done is now when they have seen it, now more developers are pouring in and essentially building new interesting use cases on top of that cluster itself, right? So it makes it very effective, and now they're finding a lot of insights into the data that they have.
And do you go directly to a telecom operator, or do you work through a third party, a vendor? How do you go to them?
Directly working with telecom operator right now. We are engaged with a few more, right? So our main focus has been as we can basically build these solutions out with one of the telecom operators, we want to make sure that how we can take this, abstract it, take it, put it part of the platform, and make it available to others.
So keep evolving it, obviously taking your experience, make it better, and then go out again.
Exactly. And we are an open source company, so it makes it easy. So if anyone wants to go in and try out, you can easily download it from cask.co.
That sounds good. Now, can you talk a little bit about, I guess, how this event here has gone for you guys? Obviously, a lot of work, a lot of meetings going. How has working with Telecom Council kind of helped your business model?
So I think there was another telecom conference in January or something. This has been very interesting, actually. The whole speed dating thing has worked out pretty well for us today. It's kind of funny, but even given a short period of time, like 10 to 15 minutes, we improvised on our pitch, and it's been great because we are now able to have a next meeting set up, and which is great because that's what you need, and any more than that would not be actually useful. And I like the breakfast. It's awesome. It's been great.
The food always good too. But
food always gets me.
Yeah, but it helps you refine, again, like you said, it kind of refines your own, not necessarily sales pitch, but how you talk about
It's
it.
like how you talk about it, right? So it's like the kinds of problems that telco solves are, I would say, compared to other industries, they are like on the edge, right? Because they have vast amounts of data, right? And they have real problems to solve. Right? And those are like problems on which the business stand if they can solve. And if they can solve, they can generate new revenue streams, number one, as well as look at how they can improve the existing business, right? And for them, it makes it, for us, it has been, as we have been working with telcos, it's been very enlightening because the industry is far away from the other industries that are in the market, at least in this space, right? They're on the edge. They want to try out all new things. Even being a very small company, we have had the privilege to work with few of the biggest telcos, right? And the kinds of problems that they solve is amazing. And when we can talk about those problems in such a scenario, it's even awesome.
Sounds great. Okay, hey, appreciate the time today. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is Dan Meyer with RCR at the Telecom Council's Innovation Showcase. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.